Hey guys, welcome back to Always Wolves Fan TV for what is our preview of our team Wolverhampton Wanderers travelling to the newly named Gtech Community Stadium to face the Bees of Brentford. Loads coming up, all the usual stats, facts, team news. The press conference has just happened with Steve Davis, and of course we've got the views of Magic Moss as well. All coming up next. So first up, the press conference has just taken place with Steve Davis. There's lots of stuff that we're going to talk about coming out of that. First thing that we want to look at is the injury situation. It's confirmed that Diego Costa did pick up a knock, but he should be okay for the game. He has been training, so fingers crossed on that. Totti is back running again, but shouldn't be in contention for the Brentford game. And also asked about Raul Jimenez, said he hasn't spoken to him, but he is returning to England, and the sooner they can get him back for Wolves and Mexico, the better. So before we get into some more interesting stuff that's come out the press conference, this is the team that I think will probably be out at the weekend against Brentford, and that's Sarr in goal, back four of Kilman and Collins. Semedo, I thought things done okay, although he does centre-fade second half. I think Johnny Arto is likely to be dropped after his performance in the last game, so I would definitely stick with Hugo Bueno, who's done quite well. There is an argument for Wolves to switch back to a back five, but with Totti out, I'm not sure that's going to happen in this game, especially as I want to get in the front foot against Brentford. In the middle, it'll probably be the trio of Moutinho, Nunez and Neves. There is an argument as well for young Boubacar Traore, who's done well every time he's come on, but it'd probably be that. Up front, Costa leading the line, and I'd stick with Daniel Podence and Adama Traore. That's my team selection. What do you think? Would you make any changes? Steve, looking back at the Leicester game, looking back at that 4-0 defeat, said it was the highest this season in terms of crosses into the box and touches into the box. And obviously the goals are not coming, he said, but sooner or later the goals will come. He said they've obviously been training on shooting last week and this, and they're flying in training, but they've got to transfer that into a match situation. I very much hope that that starts to happen against Brentford. He's also talked about being in charge till 2023, although we know that potentially things could change on that. They've said that, but things can still change. And basically it gives him time to plan. He said he's going to be, the World Cup gives it like another pre-season, that they will be looking to play some friendlies. We know that they're going on warm weather training. I think that possibly could be Dubai. Obviously there's going to be a lot of players that will be involved with the World Cup, and it's kind of like a reset, isn't it? But really we need to pick up some points so that we're not cut adrift, and this is the thing that the fans are panicking about. I'm going to come on to more on this in a bit, but first of all let's go over to Magic Moss before I come back with some interesting stats on the history of Wolves versus Brentford to see what he's got to say ahead of this one. So we're with Magic Moss. We're at the Mount Hotel for the Dean Saunders evening. Possible vlog coming on that. Dad, we're looking ahead to the weekend. Wolves away at Brentford.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
We'll win 1-0.
You don't sound very confident, Dad.
Well, I have a big confidence. We're going to win 1-0.
Who's going to score that goal?
Have a guess.
I don't know. You're going to be original. You're going to be
predictable. I'll go back to my mum by
Bonanza, yeah. Dad, and we've obviously got no cuddly toy today, but because we're at the event, which is, there's loads of people around here, as you can see, and then there's the bar over here where there's a load of people as well at the Mount Hotel. Give us a song to cheer us up, Dad.
Tie a yellow ribbon round the old oak tree. It's been too long years. Do you still want me?
Still want me?
Wolves are going to win 1-0.
And Wolves are going to Brentford. We're going to win 1-0. Bonanza's going to score. Yep. And we're going to get 3 points. And then we're going to tie a yellow ribbon round the old...
Always Wolves, David. Look up yourself in the river.
Love you, Dad.
Love you.
So thanks as always to my dad. Interestingly, after the last game, you might have seen some of the stuff that he said we couldn't even beat Bilston. Well, Bilston Town have been in touch with us and have invited us down to a game. So we'll let you know when we go. And if some of you want to join us down supporting Bilston, it will be great to support a grassroots club. Interestingly enough, apparently my granddad, Jack Fisher, used to play for Bilston, so I'm hoping to get a bit of information on that before then. And yeah, so that's quite we're quite looking forward to that. On to the weekend's game. Well, what's my score prediction going to be? I will say there's quite, there isn't that massive amount of history between Brentford and Wolves, but there is some. They've played twice in the Premier League, winning one each, and last year was the longest game in history with the stoppages, the drones, and everything that happened in that game. But it was a very friendly support base, and it was a great stadium, and I'm looking forward to going down again tomorrow as I record this. Another thing is, if you're interested in finding more about the history of Wolves versus Brentford, we have a great team of writers on the alwayswolves.co.uk website, and the latest article up there from Carl Whitehouse, who's our historian. Check that out, we'll put a link in the description below. And yeah, make sure you bookmark alwayswolves.co.uk, because there's loads of articles comes out after the game as well, including player ratings, match report, and things that we learnt. So yeah, my score prediction for this one, well, score hope is that we're going to score more than one goal. We're going to win 2-1, and I'll go into every game full of hope, and I do think we need to get something from this game, if not a win, because if we keep losing, the toxicity gets higher and harder, and the pressure goes on to the players. Steve Davis has asked the fans to stick behind the players, to support the players. The fans pretty much have done that. Yeah, they're turning on and pointing fingers at certain decisions that have been made and certain people on the board, but generally the fans have been behind. But like, the one thing that Wolves fans will never tolerate is players that go missing. And to be fair, in the last game against Leicester, a couple kind of did. They've got to be able to stand up and count. Not all of them. I've always said that they're trying hard. I just hope that they're trying hard starts to turn into results, because this team cannot afford to go down, and we don't want to be sleepwalking to a relegation battle, which is what's happening at the moment. We've got 3 games to go until we get to the World Cup break. How many points are Wolves going to get in those 3 games? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. So there will be loads coming up, of course, straight after the game. Instant reaction, international fan, extra time, and of course the match vlog, and who knows, there might be some goals, you never know. And so yeah, if you want to stay tuned, you want to be the first to see all of those, make sure you're subscribed and you've hit the bell notifications. That's really important, then you'll get notified straight away. Until then, come on Wolves. Please Wolves, please, let's get something from this one. Till the next one, always Wolves.